Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and today we have some new stuff from Dagger. Now, this is the Dagger Parrot button lock, and Dagger makes very large knives. So let's get into these. First, we're going to get into this, and then we'll get into the big dog. So this is an EDC wallet knife by Dagger. So it does come with a well-stitched, very well-stitched leather wallet for the actual blade itself. And then you can pull it out by the pivot. We have carbon fiber, real carbon fiber right here. I believe this is titanium. And it does lock open. So it is a card knife that does lock. It is super duper slim. You have the little lock right there. You can see the detent ball, and you just push this out of the way and it closes. So more of a slow roller, obviously. Very, very smooth though. Can I flick it? Let's see. I can. Yes, you can. But it is very, very skinny, obviously. So it's going to be more of a pinch grip thing. Open up a box, open up a package, cut a string, fold it back up, and slip it. And then you always know which way it's going to go because of the pivot. Slip it down into the wallet. Bam. Back put away. And then you have some texture here where you can almost get a little traction. I guess you can grab the pivot and the back of it right there like that, and then pull it out some of the way and get it the rest of the way. It is cool that it does lock. This being titanium, you could, let me just make sure it is titanium. It is non-magnetic, so I do believe it is titanium. And in that case, you could anodize it and do different things like that. You can see we have a stop, which is the carbon fiber, and then we have a stop pin there. So we have two places of, acting as a stop. You can see the detent hole. The steel is 8CR 13 MOV steel, which in this case, there's nothing wrong with that. This is, not going to be a hard use work knife or anything like that. And it is very easy to roll. You hold the traction right there with your fingers and lock it open. Very cool. So let's put this away and let's get this big dog out, because this big one, this thing's going to be a beast, and I already know it. So they do have a magnetic box, which I do like that they do have. And holy cow, this thing is a beast. Wow. 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 This has got to be over 10 inches. We have G10, a steel liner, and then a steel frame lock with their signature skull clip with the screaming eyes. Ah! Let's flip it open. A lot of leverage. You're going to need a lot of leverage in this flipper tab because you can see that blade is big. Ooh, wow. Holy cow. We have a Wharncliffe. And it is a real Wharncliffe. Yes, this is a perfectly flat edge. It is a Wharncliffe, but if you notice, it kind of sweeps up a little bit. Man, you could get some crazy utility cuts done with this. A lot of leverage in this handle. I mean, it is very, very comfortable because of the size of it. Almost feels like you're holding a sword or something. A little bit of lock stick. Let's check the action. Ooh, very fall shut action, but the blade is so heavy you'd expect that. Now the detent, not the strongest detent, but I mean it works appropriately. When you pull down the flipper tab, can I reverse flick it? Not the best. I can if I throw a little wrist in there. We have a lock bar stabilizer that's going to help from unspringing the lock. It is on bearings. I can feel it's on bearings. We have the stop pin right there. Almost, a little bit of a shoulder lock up. The jimping on the spine, oh, that's very comfortable right there. Very comfortable grip right here. So cutting tasks are going to be great with this because it's so big. You have so much reach. But then again, that'll also be the downfall. You know, trying to go around, say, a little package like this, it's going to be difficult, you know. Or not difficult, but you'll have to choke up on the blade, basically, and just use the blade. It's big. Let's give it a measurement really quick. Over 11 inches in length. It is 11 and a quarter. Yes, 11 and a quarter with a 5-inch blade. Now, I'm pretty sure these guys are leaning towards the self-defense style knives. These are made in Russia. Here is their Parrot, which I thought was a big knife. And you can see this one is significantly bigger. Can't even barely get them all the way on the camera. Very, very large. But yeah, I do think that they kind of lean towards the somewhat of the self-defense style knives. Lots of weight relieving on the inside of there. The liners are milled out all the way through. And then even the lock bar side has a lot of weight relieving on this far end right here. We have 3 standoffs, so a nice strong construction. Good looking stone wash that'll hide some of the scratches if you do get it scratched up. Wow, that is a big knife. A bit big for most people for EDC. This is obviously not a regular EDC knife. We have D2 steel with a stone washed. It looks like, I'm not sure, but it looks like they might only be making 22 of this configuration. They might have other configurations that they're doing. I'm not sure. There's their pivot. Looks like the top of a skull. T6 hardware. I wish that was T8s. We do have a reversible deep carry clip. So that's pretty cool. You'll be able to flip the clip if you are left-handed. Now the lock stick, I think it's only a little bit. Either one, it might only have oil on it, but it might just go away after it breaks in a little bit. I just dried it off. Yeah, I think it's just oil on there. Lock up, there's a little bit of side to side, and it is a flathead screw. Let's fix that. So it is a flathead screw. I have a flathead here somewhere. Well, this one's not a perfect flathead, but it will work just fine. There we go. Okay, no more play. Still very, very smooth. I do have a tiny, tiny bit of up and down. No side to side. That'll... might be, it's not slipping or anything like that, so probably just something that needs to break in. If I put pressure on the lock bar, it does go away, so it just might be the lock bar that needs to break in. This is the kind of jimping I do like. I love this kind of jimping. Great jimping. Very useful jimping, the way this style of jimping is. Probably my favorite kind of jimping right here. Sharpening tool and plunge grind. They gave you a little something, but it is a high angle edge. Decently sharp. It's okay. But after resharpening it, you'll probably get 1 or 2 sharpenings on it before hitting the plunge grind. I prefer more room than that because I like to lower back my angles. And on something like this, I probably wouldn't lower back the angle too far on this. But if I did, you know, I still like having the ability to if I want to. Very cool, though. So, just a quick look at some new dagger knives. There you guys go. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.